Yes. So what that's going to take, I'm going to do a real quick recap of what OBS is, what how to use it, and then I will show you a walkthrough of how to set everything up. Mostly for today's class, we all going to be playing the game by yourself. You're going to be recording your own gameplay so you can edit it and get that ready for your final project that will be due at the end of the course to receive your certificates. So pretty much, if you don't remember, one of your projects will be to record gameplay of yourself. And pretty much you're going to record gameplay yourself to be like you're posting it on YouTube. So if you see any YouTube videos of streamers playing something like a Fortnite or Call of Duty, you know they put up like a 2, 3, 4 minute video of themselves having clips, highlights of them having kills or just playing the game and talking this, that, and the third, and they post it on YouTube. And pretty much you'll be doing the same thing. The reason why I do this project in class is because starting off, you're going to have to learn how to edit your own videos. So, especially when you're doing esports, when you're streaming, you're doing esports. So, you're going to use what you learn in my class and the Shanti class and edit your videos in this class. And that'll just be only one of your projects that you have to have at the end of the cohort. The other ones will be also still working on your logo and working on your mock. But today we're going to get into OBS. Let's play a real quick video recap of how to work OBS. Well, the right page is cute. Together.
Hello, my YouTube friends. My content is getting suggested by YouTube a lot more these days. And I have all of you amazing viewers to thank for that. The thumbs up and the comments really do help. But going along with all those YouTube suggestions, I get a lot of people who are really new to live streaming and don't even know what OBS is. So this video's for them. It's all about what OBS is and what you can do with it. Those questions are going to be answered today. So let's get to it. My goal with this channel is to help make people better live streamers and entertain a bit in the process. So please take a second and leave me a comment down below to let me know how I'm doing. And while you're there, click that thumbs up. It really does help to supercharge YouTube's algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, please do and click that bell. It helps me to be able to continue to make awesome content that helps you. So thanks. OBS is the acronym for Open Broadcast Software, and sometimes you may see it referred to as OBS Studio as well. It's a totally free open source program that has two main uses. The first use is live streaming to any platform like YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, or you can also stream it to your own website or any other platform as well. The streaming features are used by amateurs and professionals alike to create broadcasts by educators, churches, entertainers, comics, magicians, and gamers, and a host of DJs and musicians. The other main use is screen and camera video and audio recording. This feature can be used to create content for commercial and entertainment use, and you're definitely going to see it used in entertainment, education, for podcasts, for YouTube, Facebook, and anywhere else that video or audio is needed. And OBS is supported by an open source community that build all kinds of awesome add-ons and plugins to help you do just about anything you can imagine to create absolutely amazing content. And the best part is, it's all totally free. Now, because OBS is so powerful, it also comes with a reputation for being difficult to use and complicated. Admittedly, if you try to do too much too soon, OBS can certainly overwhelm you. But the basics are really simple and easy. You can be up and live streaming in no time at all with just the basics, and learn the rest as you go. Here's a quick overview for streaming with OBS. This display box right here is where all of our scenes are going to be displayed, and then right here is where we can create our scenes, and you can have multiple different ones and switch between them. Sources is where we populate those scenes with video, audio, and other things like cameras. Then our audio mixer is going to show the audio that's in the current scene that is selected. We have scene transitions here, which is a transition that you can run in between scenes. Then we have start streaming, start recording, and the other button you're going to be interested in here is settings. We're going to go into the settings and set up our scene. There's nothing you need to worry about on general. We're going to go into stream. If we drop this down, you can see the most popular streaming locations, and we're going to go ahead and select YouTube. If I click show all, you can see there are just hundreds of different locations that you can stream to, including your own website if you add it in here. We're going to click get stream key, and it's going to take us right into our YouTube page, and all you have to do is click copy right here, and then we can close that and go into here and just paste our stream key. Now, we don't need to worry about this ignore thing. We're just going to go into our output page. Now, here on output is where the magic happens. We're going to select advanced, and what we're going to do is you drop down the encoder, and if you have a specialized encoder on your graphics card, it's going to be shown here. In my case, I have the NVIDIA one. Most of you will probably have the H.264 or X.264 encoder. Now, I'll select the NVIDIA just to show you that the settings are basically the same. We're going to change our bit rate. In this case, since we're going to be doing a high def stream, that's 1920 by 1080, we want to set it to around 6,000. Anywhere between 5,000 and 6,000 is good for an HD stream. Then we're going to drop this preset down. Anything we grab on the preset that's below quality will have a lower quality image, but it will process faster and be easier for your computer. So quality is very good, and high quality is obviously very, very good, but they are going to tax your computer more. So if you notice that you're having problems with dropping frames and things like that, you may want to lower your preset in here so that your computer has an easier time. Now, these two check boxes down here for look ahead and psycho-visual tuning are things that you would use if you are a gamer trying to stream at 60 frames per second. If you have a lot of activity on the screen, these will maximize the ability for your computer to be able to go ahead and encode that stuff properly. Since I don't do any gaming on my streams, I go ahead and uncheck these. There is not really usually a lot of visual stuff happening on the scene, so it's just fine. Now, most of you will be using the X.264 encoder if you don't have a video card, and so you can basically leave all the settings the same, but you're going to want to go ahead and change your bit rate to 5,000 or 6,000 if you're doing HD. If you're doing 720, you can set it at 3,000. That is perfectly fine, but we're going to go ahead and leave it at 6,000. Now, down here we have our CPU usage, and this is just like our preset in reverse. The higher you go on here, the faster your computer is going to be able to process it, but also the less quality you're going to get. We're going to leave it on very fast, which is reasonably good quality, and it will encode relatively quickly. If you find you're dropping frames, go higher than very fast. Just be aware that you're going to lose a little bit of quality. Now, you can also adjust your bit rate down a little bit in order to help your computer out in this range as well. But when you're live streaming, you got to kind of do a little bit of testing to see what your machine can handle. I'm going to click apply, and then I'm going to go into the audio tab. And I want to make sure that my audio is all disabled up here in the global audio devices. I just want to go down here to advanced, and I want to set my monitoring device to whatever I'm listening to my stream on. Now, if I'm listening through my headphones because I have guests or something like that, I want to make sure I can hear them. So I'm going to set my monitoring device, and more often than not, you're going to want to set your monitoring device to headphones of some sort. So make sure you find your headphones in your monitoring device and select that. And the reason why you want to be listening through your headphones is because if it's playing through your speakers, your microphone is going to pick that up and it's going to cause a feedback loop. So if you're wondering why you're listening to your live stream or your audience is telling you your live stream is repeating, it's because you are using a monitoring device that's feeding back into your microphone. At least that's one problem. Next, we're going to go into video, and we want to make sure that our video is set to the proper resolution that we're going to be streaming at. And if that's 1920 by 1080, these both should be set at that. If it's 720, these both should be set at that. If they're not both set the same, you are just making it more difficult for your computer to process your stream, which can cause all sorts of problems. The other thing that you need to be aware of here is your frames per second. You can go down here and select 30 frames per second, or if you're gaming, you're probably going to want to select 60 frames per second. Just keep in mind that the higher your frames per second are, the more powerful computer you're going to need to run it. Once you're done, you want to click apply and then OK. The next thing we're going to do is kind of populate a live stream so we can go live. So we have this default scene that's just called scene, and we're going to right click on it and we're going to rename it, and I'm just going to call it main. And now we're going to put some stuff in that scene by clicking the plus under sources, and we're going to add a video capture device. We're going to call this camera, and you want to get in the habit of naming your stuff so you know what it is. Once we're in here, we're going to drop it down. I'm going to select my camera. In this case, it's a C.L.I.C.K, and then I'm going to change it to custom, and I'm going to select the resolution so I know that it's right. Now, if you have a webcam, you can actually adjust the visual settings on your webcam by clicking right here, and it'll give you the opportunity to configure it. Just be aware that that stuff resets every time you open it up. The last thing we're going to want to do is go down here and select custom audio device, and then we're going to select the actual microphone that we're using. In this case, I'm using the one directly off my camera, which is called C.L.I.C.K, and there we go. And now we can see in our audio mixer that our microphone is working. And I can adjust the volume of the microphone by using this slider right here. If I click the speaker, it will turn that microphone on and off, or mute the microphone. And if I select this little gear over here, I can go into advanced audio properties. And really all you need to know in here is you can adjust your audio monitoring. So by default, it's set to monitoring off, which means you're not going to hear it through your monitoring device. But if I select monitor only, that means the stream's not going to hear it, only me. And if I select monitor and output, that means the stream and me through my headphones are going to hear it. So that's how you adjust where you're monitoring your audio. So we can see we have a simple scene called main, and we have source in that scene, which is just our camera, which is connected to an audio device. Let's create another scene. I'm going to click the plus, and I'm going to call this scene video. And I'm just going to click the plus here, and I'm going to go ahead and add a media source. What I'm going to do is go in here and browse, and I'm going to go ahead and find a video that I want to play on my live stream, and I can just click open. And if it's a short clip, I can click loop. It'll play over and over again. I can even adjust the speed in here, but I'm just going to click OK. And there we go. We have a video playing of some video footage. Now I can adjust the properties and filters up here, and I can also pause it, play it, and I can use the slider to advance it if I want. Now I'm going to add my camera, so I'm just going to go back to video capture device, and you can see that it's already in there. So we're just going to select it, and there we go. Now we can just resize the camera and move it anywhere we want in this scene. It's that easy to build simple scenes. And now when we switch back and forth, you can see it cuts between one scene and the other. It's that easy to build a live stream. So we're going to add one more thing. We're going to click the plus, and we're going to call this one display, and click OK, because maybe we want to play a game or we want to show a tutorial. So then we're going to click the plus under sources, and we're going to go to display capture and click OK. And now we're going to just drop it down and select our display. This display is 720, so I'm just going to kind of resize it. I can use the arrow keys to center it up a little bit. And what if we wanted to hear the audio that's playing on our desktop? Maybe we want to have the game audio or something like that. What we can do to capture our desktop audio is go to our audio output capture, and we'll just call this desktop audio, and we're going to click OK. Now this is going to capture anything that's playing on our computer, and we want to select where the audio is playing. So if we have all our audio playing through headphones, we'll select that. If it's playing through the speakers, we're going to select that. And let's just start an audio source so we can see that it works. So I'm going to go down here. I'm just going to start Spotify, and we'll put it up on our second monitor so we can see it. And when we click play, we can see it's playing directly through our audio mixer. So we can adjust the volume, we can mute it, We can also go into advanced audio properties and we can decide where we want this to be heard. Do we want to hear it in our headphones? Do we just want the stream to hear it? We can decide that as well. You can see when we press play or we stop it, it starts and stops our audio mixer audio as well. And just keep in mind that anything that plays on your desktop is going to be heard using this method to capture the audio. So now that we have a pretty good idea how this works, all we would have to do is go over here on the right and click Start Streaming. And during our live stream, we can go ahead and choose whatever scenes we want. We can switch between scenes and we can add any of those audio sources or anything into any of these scenes. It's that easy to create a live stream. To record with OBS for podcast or video content, it's pretty easy as well. Here's a quick overview of that. Recording is very much just like live streaming. We're going to go into settings and we're going to go to our output tab and then we're going to select the recording button here. And if you don't see this, you want to make sure that your output mode is set to advanced. And then we want to click browse and we can choose the location we want our stuff to be saved to. Now we can go here and we can decide how we want our recording to be saved. If you select MP4, just be aware that if something happens and OBS crashes, you do lose access to that file. Whereas if you select something like FLV, you don't lose access to it. Now here I like to go and I want to select my encoder. I want to be specific so that I have the opportunity to set everything up. So in my case, I'm using the NVIDIA encoder, but you may have the X264 one. The important thing here is that you want to set your bit rate and you want to set your CPU usage just like you did when you decided what you wanted to live stream at. Now your bit rate is going to be much higher for recorded video. So instead of 6,000, we're going to be using 60,000 or 50,000. Somewhere in between 50,000 and 60,000 bit rate is going to give you really high quality video recording. And now we're ready to go. All we have to do is go over here on the right and click Start Recording, and it's going to record that file to our hard drive directory that we set it to. And you can switch scenes and do all of the same things that you would do in your live broadcast, exactly the same. And this makes it really, really easy to record your desktop, record your camera, or anything else that you want to record on your computer. What are you looking to use OBS for? Let me know about your project in the comments. And if
Give me 1 second. You all in? All right, good. All right, Elijah, just give us a few seconds while I just set some more stuff up.
That's just.
All right, so I want you all to go ahead and open up OBS so I can show you how to set up to record yourself and record game capture. So I'm going to delete these two things and get started from scratch. So the first thing you want to do is you want to set up your sources, right? So your sources would be where your gameplay is coming from, your recording of yourself is coming from. So I have a built-in webcam. So I'm going to use my built-in webcam. What app is called? It's called OBS. So as you see, I'm going to use my integrated webcam. Now, if I was using something like this webcam right here, it's plug and play. So when you use something like this one, this Logitech webcam right here, it will be in devices and you can drop down to it. I can also use the webcam for class, but because I'm using it for Teams, it's not gonna work. Do you have OBS, Gabriel? It's already on there? Okay. All right, cool. So what you want to do, like I said, what you want to do, you want to go to sources right here. You want to go to plus video capture device. You're going to name what the source is going to be. So I'm going to do this again and just walk through it. Like I said, so you're going to go there. You're going to create new. I'm going to call it webcam. Okay. This should pop up, and then your face should pop up on your laptop. You all set? Then go to video device capture. You're going to hit OK. All right. You all set? So you see yourself and everything. Okay. Now, the next thing you want to do is probably open up the Xbox app. So go ahead and open up Xbox like you're playing Halo. Y'all can use that. Or if you have Epic, you can use Fortnite. But we're going to use Xbox for right now. So go ahead and open up the Xbox program. And then just minimize that for right now. Once you open it up. Okay, so Xbox app open up. So you can start Halo right now. That'll probably make it a bit easier if you start Halo. Well, actually, just wait. So just wait for it. You can play if you have Fortnite, you can go to Epic and do Fortnite. You can use Xbox and play Halo. You can play Rocket League. You know, any of those, they're free. So you can use those for right now. But once you just open up whatever you're going to use, come back to OBS so we can finish setting up. So your what? You have an Epic account. I'll sign in a minute. You gotta wait. So go back to OBS for now. We're going to go back to OBS. You open up Epic Kingdom or you open up Epic? All right. You already got to count everything? Okay, cool. So you already got, so Fortnite already on there then, right? Fortnite already, okay. All right, so let's go back to OBS. So you got Epic open up, so you'll log in a minute, just wait. Go back to OBS. So in OBS, you're going to see this gray, right? What I want is for you all to make yourself small. So as you see how my reticle is right here, I'm going to make myself small like this. I'm going to bring this in this corner right here. And then right here, so this is how I want you to look. I want you to have it like this. The reason why is because the rest of this right here, you're going to go ahead and add a new source, which will be your game capture. Now with game capture, you can name an Epic, Xbox, whatever you're going to use. So let's just use, I'm gonna use Xbox for now because I believe I have an Xbox on my app, on my phone. So I'm going to cancel this right now. So I need to open up Xbox. So go ahead. So let's go back to it. Go back to OBS. I'm going to delete this one. So you minimize yourself right here. Put yourself in this corner. You minimize your box. If you don't know how to do that, I'm gonna show you again. So you'll probably be like this big. Just go to this corner. I believe I was at this corner right here. Just go to this corner right here, and then just make yourself small by clicking on it and just kind of like pushing diagonally. And then once you have that done, you're gonna bring yourself down in this corner. You can put yourself in any corner, honestly, but I like it when you all just go into the bottom right corner. Use the mouse, plug in the mouse, that'll probably work better. I'm talking about no, just your face. You can do it for your face right now. And then once you're done with that, what you're gonna do, you're gonna hit the plus sign right here again. You're gonna hit game capture, right? Because you want to capture, you want to capture yourself. So you're capturing the game, you're gonna capture yourself and you want to capture the game you're playing. So you're gonna go to game capture right here. You're going to create new. You're going to name it whatever you use. So if you're using Epic, name it Epic. If you're using the Xbox app, name it the Xbox app. If you want to be more specific, name it the game that you're going to play. So if you're playing Fortnite, name it Fortnite. If you're playing Halo, name it Halo. If you're playing Rocket League, you get what I'm saying, name it Rocket League. So I'm going to use the Xbox app. So I'm going to call it Xbox. So would you? You'll be unfortunate. What's going on? Fortnite is updating. Oh, okay. How big is it? Okay. Okay. All right. That's fine.
It's at 53%.
Oh, it's gonna download pretty fast. Okay, he's fine. All right. So go back to OBS, and then once you go to OBS, so once you go to OBS and you create your game capture, right, for your another source, right, you create your game capture. What you can do is you're gonna click on here. You're gonna hit capture specific window because you're gonna use specific window to capture the gameplay. So once you click on specific window, as you see, all of this other stuff pops up. Now I'm going to click on here, the Xbox Game Bar widget. Hold on, sorry, go up there. Xbox, there we go. And hit OK. Now it's just download. The game I'm choosing to play right now is downloaded, so it's like give it a minute. But the idea is once you do that for your Xbox webcam, your Xbox. Let's see. One second. All right, give me 1 second. Let me just set up Gabrielle with hers real quick. We trying to sign into her? All right. And Elijah, you can follow along to at home. You can, if you have, you can download OBS. You can follow at home also to set everything up. Um, Just give me 1 second as I. Let's see. Hey, Chris, check it out. Real quick. Chris,
Yes.
put the check it out real quick. Okay, I'm I'm pretty sure I'm doing this right. So I got my game catcher for the Xbox, but what is this?
Let me see. Oh, I think they probably launch a game. That's why.
Okay, I'm down. I'm gonna do family.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's why I said it's not gonna show nothing until
Yeah. It's not
Okay.
gonna show it.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you can't get.
All right.
Sometimes it does that because like, if you're trying to capture a specific thing, it's not gonna
You're
show.
not gonna show. So. Okay. Okay. Is it a thing?
It's just launching.
Okay, cool. That would all be it's showing.
There we go.
You know, so
Yeah. Like OBS forms everything. So like the game wasn't published, the webcam was works.
all right. OBS. So you're gonna go back to OBS. You're gonna create your game capture. So Keenan, I believe you already set up. So on OBS, you see both yourself and the gameplay, right? So you all set. So give me a second, I'm gonna set her up, and then we can move on. So you go to
Wait.
sources.
Because of what you said, I can use OBS as to do all the gameplay.
Wait, say it again, Keenan. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Say it again, Elijah. I couldn't hear you.
So if I use the OBS, this will help me with the gameplay in my video.
It's going to help. This is so you can record yourself. You can record your gameplay, so you can, make clips and everything and upload it on YouTube. It's also a way for you to stream yourself too. But we're getting to that next week on how to stream yourself. But for right now, we're just going to set up to record yourself playing the game and recording gameplay. So this is how you would do that. right? So you have your webcam set up. You see me in the corner right here, and then the Xbox, right? So you, Gabby, you're gonna hit the plus sign right here, right here. Look on the TV. You see the plus sign right here. You're gonna click that. You're gonna hit Game Catcher. Once you hit Game Catcher, you're gonna call it Fortnite. Call it Fortnite. You'll call yours Fortnite.
Okay.
You're gonna hit OK, and then once you hit OK, I can get to that part. You're gonna see something like this. You're gonna go to mode right here. You're gonna click on it. You're gonna hit capture specific window because you only want to capture a specific window. Once you do that, you'll see all this window right here pop up. This right here called window pop up. From there, you're gonna click on, let's say Epic. So if you go to window and you hit the drop down, I'm using Xbox, so I'm gonna click Xbox, right? And then I'm gonna hit OK. I think our game is done. So
Oh, you probably better start with you guys. I think that.
okay. So as you see, mine's not popping up, and when that happens, just exit OBS, go minimize this, and just open OBS right back, and it should fix itself. So let's go back to Xbox. I'm playing Phantom Dust. Hold on, give me 1 second, man. Go to OBS and see. And there you go. And this is how that would work. Sometimes you're going to have to minimize the screen also to get all of it. So boom, there you go. I don't. But as you see, you can see myself, right? So you can see myself now. I don't know why the game wouldn't let me play while I'm in OBS. Probably some more configuration I have to do. But you can see myself. But the idea is once I hit start recording and I go back to the game full screen, it will record myself in the corner and me playing the game and all my reactions, right? So Gabby, so where are you? Perfect. That's what I want. So, perfect. That's what I want. So, Keenan, what you can do is you can start playing Fortnite. But what you just need to do is honestly just hit this button right here before you start. Hit start record. So, what I'm looking for when you record yourself is little to no dead silence. Right? Pretty much what that means is I don't want you, while you playing the game, just be quiet. I want you to talk. I I want you to act like you're engaging with your subscribers, like if you were doing a live stream, do a live stream with your subscribers, and you can interact. I want you to do that with this game, right? So for the rest of the day, pretty much what I want you all to be doing for the rest of the 45 minutes or an hour that we have is just record yourself playing games, right? So I want little to no dead silence. Once you start editing, I want the video to be 2 to 3 minutes. Right? I want the videos to be 2 to 3 minutes. So you can record yourself a lot. 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I just need that condensed to 2 to 3 minutes, right? And I want highlights. I want highlights. I want highlights of like your best like shots, your kills. If you win, I want that, and I want you interacting with your highlights. Right? So that's what I want. I want 2 to 3 minutes of your highlights. Right? So you can record yourself for the whole time, but when you edit and CapCut, 2 to 3 minutes, and I want highlights. So if you need to do a lot of cutting, you can do a lot of cutting. Right? And if you need help with that, you can ask me, or you can ask C.L.I.C.K on Mondays or Tuesdays when you see it. You can ask me on those 2 days when you see it to help you cut, help you edit your game. Right? And it could be 2 to 3 minutes, little no dead silence if I need. Because I want you to think if you was legit live streaming when you're on, right? If you was live streaming by yourself, right? You have to post videos and clips and shorts. This was pretty much like a short, right? A YouTube short, a TikTok short, an Instagram reel, just something that you'll be cutting and doing yourself for a while. You'll be editing for a while. And this is why I say editors are very important, because you have to record all this content, right? 30 to 45 minutes of content, but you only need 2 to 3 minutes of highlights. So that's a lot. So go ahead, Ken, you can get started playing. People like to. You can use your own headphones for now. You should be able to see that your mic is going to pick up anything that you say. You see I'm talking right now, it's picking up and I'm all the way over here. So you don't need to have your headphones on, but if you want to give yourself that experience, I definitely recommend that you put your headphones on, Gavin, when you get started. But Keenan, all you gotta do is hit start recording. You can go back to your Fortnite full screen. You want to play full screen, and just go ahead and start recording. Just start, reacting to your kills, reacting to your kills, reacting to your highlights. And also, as a bonus, I would say to also shout out people, your subscribers, your viewers, and sponsors. So let's say in this particular recording, you made it, right? You got like 100,000 subscribers, right? So shout out to your friends, shout out to your family, whoever you think they be watching. And let's say you have sponsors, right? Let's say you have a Nike deal. Let's say you have a deal with the ramen company, the ramen noodles, right? Shout them out, right? So that's a bonus that you can do too. Also, do shout outs to your viewers and your sponsors, right? So use this time to record yourself. Like I said, King, you can go ahead and get started. Just hit the start record button. You can go ahead and start playing the game. Record yourself. Start recording. You're not going to stream. You're going to hit start recording. So, yeah, hit start recording. And then you can go full screen for your game if you like and start playing and recording yourself. Like I said, no, you can leave those on for right now. Yeah, if you see where it say Mike Ox right there on the screen, that's the mic. I'm all the way over here. It's gonna pick up a lot that you say. So one thing that I will tell you to do, because we're in such a closed space and the mic's not working on the headphones like they're supposed to right now, is just kind of turn yourself down. So like right here, that would be fine, right? Because you don't want to peak too loud, but you don't want to be too quiet. So turning your mic down to like right here be perfect. You want to make sure it's really just capturing yourself. So I just turned mine down and it's able to pick up even still right there. It's not going to be as bad as it once was. It's working down. You have a little about that. Almost done. You can get started. So Elijah, so if you can join us, if you can follow along, you can download OBS. You can go ahead and record yourself doing gameplay. How and what I just explained to you right here in class is how you would do that, right? So you would go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna delete this.
Okay.
Hold on, let me go ahead and so I'm gonna go through it again if you didn't get it the first time, Elijah. So I'm gonna turn myself. So you're gonna go right here to your sources. You're gonna hit to the add source screen. You're gonna click on video capture device. You're gonna create new. You're gonna call it webcam, right? So as you see, I'm using my integrated webcam that's built into my laptop. We're gonna hit OK. Right here, you're gonna make yourself small, and then put yourself in this corner right here. You can put yourself in that corner. You can choose any corner if you would like to. So it don't got to be this one. It could be this one, this one, this one. Don't want to choose that. After that, you're going to hit add source again, and you're going to hit gameplay capture. So everybody in here right now is going to use Fortnite to capture their gameplay, which is fine. But if you want to use Halo, you can use Halo. If you want to use Rocket League, you can use Rocket League. If you have another game that you choose to play, you can choose it, right? So I'm using the Xbox app, so I'm going to use Xbox. I'm going to create Xbox. You're going to see this screen right here. The properties for the Xbox. You're going to hit specific window. You're going to hit right here. And I don't have my game loaded yet. So I'm going to go back to the Xbox app right here. I'm going to hit play. I'm going to go back to OBS. And then my game's still loading up, so just give it a second. Okay, go launch. So I'm going to go back here. I think my OBS have froze, so give me a second. Go back to OBS, go back to my Xbox. So I'm going to hit specific window. I'm going to go to Phantom Dust right here. I'm going to hit OK. And boom. And this is what I want right now. With this, all I got to do is just kind of minimize this a little bit, and then I get both. So now I get myself and I get my gameplay. But the Pacific game, for some reason, it won't let me capture both like it was with Fortnite or Halo. I'm pretty sure it's something within the settings I have to change, but you shouldn't have the problem that I'm having while it's not playing still with Fortnite and Halo or anything else that you're playing. But once you have this all set up and you see your gameplay playing, you can go right here and hit start recording. You can minimize OBS honestly right now, or just go to your game full screen. Yeah, but once you hit start recording, it's going to record. It's not going to do what it's doing right now since I'm going to OBS. You just hit start record, and then just go ahead and play your game full screen, or you can play it like through OBS or however you have it set up. If you had two screens, it would be perfect. You can have one screen with all your OBS stuff, and then the other screen with your gameplay. That would be perfect. But for now, since we just use one screen, you would just minimize this, go to the game right there, and just go ahead and record.
So, so. So your main audio, just so that your voice can be in your ear.
But that's how you have it set up, Elijah. So you can go ahead and do that right now. Just record yourself, and then once you're done, you're going to use the free. You can use the time. You can, if you feel like you haven't looked gameplay recording yourself, you can go ahead and put everything up in CapCut and start editing your videos. If you need help with that, you can come to me, or you can go to ask Ashanti for help next week while you in class, and he will give you some tips and tricks on how to, edit your gameplay and stuff like that. Or just use the things that he picked up in his class on how to edit your videos. But that's pretty much what today's lecture is about. So you're going to use the rest of this time to 5:45. I'm going to put it up on Word. You have until 5:45 to record all the gameplays you need to. And then next week, we'll use next week time to work on your videos in CapCut, and also use your time next week to work on your mock brand. So work on your intro videos and work on your logos. That would be next week. So right now I'm going to put this on Word. You have until 5:45. All right. So if you all have any questions. 8 more minutes, Elijah. Then we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the class, the lesson.
Okay.
All right, it is 7:45. So this is what we can do. So 7:45 usually is when we wrap up, but I see you all still playing the game. See, I have until 6 to play the game. Once Sammy come in, start recording. It's going to save you recordings, X out, and start coding. But what did we learn today, real quick though? Like we learned about we did a refresh about OBS, what it is, how it works, and then I walked through all step by step of how to set up OBS to record your gameplay of yourself, right? So you're all recording your gameplay of yourself right now, and you have yourself in the screen right along with the gameplay, right? Something like this. You see, you have this right here, and then you're gonna have the gameplay right here, recording yourself playing, and that's great. So the next week, we use the time to go use CapCut to edit your videos and everything, to get that down from 2 to 3 minutes. Because you probably got a nice amount of footage already recorded. So you will use the rest of the time next week to go ahead and start editing that down and working on your logos and your mock brands, right? I'm gonna have my mock brand or my intro video at least done with that, and I will show you what I'm looking for. And then with your logos, you can go ahead and work on your logos. But that's it. That is what we'll be doing next week. Like I said, work on your mock brand, working on your videos, work on your logos, getting things done for your final project and presenting it to the class. So if you do have any questions, comments, concerns, you can reach me at aramis.singleton@clickservices.nfp.org, or if you see me in person, you can bring me over to the side, and I can answer your questions as the best I can. But until then, I'll see you guys next week. But like I said, continue playing the game, continue recording yourself, getting footage, and stay put because Sammy will be in soon to start the coding class. So just use the rest of the time to finish up recording yourself. And then when Sammy comes in, go ahead and start recording yourself, close down OBS, close down Fortnite or whatever you have open, and open up VS Code, open up Python, and get started with the coding. But until then, you all have a nice weekend, and I will see you all next week for the music class. But stay put. Like I said, I'd like to know to stay put. Sammy should be in soon to start a coding class.
You won't remember. Hello, how's it going? All right, cool. I'll wait for Gabriel to get in. And, yeah.
Hey, Sam, you feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully by the next time. Now you live for until Gabriel get back. I was hungry, dude. Hold on, let me awesome. Reading the phone much about content. Yeah, you were here 2 weeks ago, so we should remember this. If she ain't here by 10, we'll just go on and get started and do like a review. What? What happened there? about. All right, I'm following the rest of it. Hmm. All right. Honestly, let's just go ahead and get started. She'll come in when she come in. All right, you ready? That. So, what we're gonna talk about today is we're gonna do a perk review. Talk about inputs, outputs. How much do you remember from everything that we've talked about so far? Okay. Do you remember if statements?
Of course, I remember the if statement since you told me that before.
Yep.
Wait, is this for some of the new students?
Yeah. So essentially, we're gonna do a review for them as well. So that way, we could get everybody caught up and then just keep moving forward.
Okie dokie, sounds good.
Yep. So think of this as a good opportunity to kind of review what we talked about and then apply what we talked about last week to this week. This should be pretty easy if you remember it. If not, then it'll help challenge you. So, all right. So let's start up with some basics, right? So we talked about math, right? The regular plus is addition, the minus is subtraction, the star is multiplication, and then the divide by sign is division, right? Do you remember what a variable is? Yeah, like we'll start off basic, right? So we talked about this like week 1, right? So variables just are a way for us to store data, right? So anything that you could think of is going to be stored a certain way. So do you remember how we use like actual text in Python? The It's called strings too. So what we do is we put everything in quotes and then we make that a string. And then what that means is if we save it, it'll save it as normal, right? So if we're to, let's just say, so this is an example of a string, right? So this is a string right here. This string can also be hello world. It could be anything. And then what we're doing is we're saving it inside a variable. This variable is called example. We could change this variable to be whatever we want though. So for example, instead of being example, we could change this to be greeting. And then to actually just print it, all we'd have to do is change this from example to greeting. And then if we print greeting, what do you think is going to be printed? Yeah. Or what are we going to see? What's the greeting points of though?
All the points of hello.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember talking about it in French, man. I said French, but Ria is hello.
Exactly.
Is hello.
Yeah.
Well, hello.
Exactly. But we could change this to whatever we want, right? We could change this to ABC, right? And if we change it, that don't really change anything. All we're doing is just changing how we want to save it. And then from there, it's still referencing to the same thing. We could also put in numbers in here. So, right, if we do 2 plus 2 and we print ABC, it'll give us the expression of 2 plus 2. Right here. Make sense? So apart from strings, what else do we have? We have 2 ways of representing numbers. Numbers. We have 2 types of numbers, not just positives and negatives, but we have a number that's by itself and then a number that's has some more stuff to it. Yeah, a decimal is one of them. That's still considered a decimal. If it's not a half number, it's a whole number. Whole numbers in our case are called integers, right? Integers just mean that they cover everything from negative to positive, the whole numbers. And then for decimals, we have something called floats, right? So this is an example of an integer. An integer just could be 2, right? We could do 2 times 3. And if we print this example, what do you think is going to get printed? Which is? Yep. So let's go ahead and run this. Right here. This first thing that gets printed is the only thing that we care about. So we officially got it. What about floats? Floats are numbers that have a decimal, right? So an example is like 1.0, right? 2.2, 3.8. Actually, I was gonna say that. So we know that floats are in this format, right? But what if I were to do 5 divided by 2? What do you think that is? But what is that? 2.5 is what? It's a float, or in our case, right? Well, it's a decimal number, right? So it's a number with a decimal. But what about 4 divided by 2? You see, you guys aren't wrong. The only thing is, this has a very special case where it takes on that extra fraction just in case. So it says the fraction is like 4 divided by 2. In case I need a fraction, I'm gonna just have it there. So it automatically goes into 2.0. Make sense? Any questions so far? Kind of seem like some review. You remember talking about this like 2 weeks ago? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build up on top of that, right? I'm pretty sure we've talked about this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have. So input. You want to go ahead and read what an input is? Anybody? Go ahead. Yep. So what this is it's just saying, think of it, bless you. Input is just a way for us to like get information from a user, right? So if I were to ask you what's your name, the input in this case would be I'm looking for what's your name, and then the output that I'm getting saved as is Gabriel, right? So now anytime I want to use your name, I save it as a variable, and I'm like name Gabriel. Okay, sick. Now I associate you with Gabriel, and I'm always able to use it. Same thing as a computer. So what we could do is over here. So if we're to do like name is equal to input, let me. Name is equal to input. What is your name? And now we're to run this code. Oh, let me. Also print this. So we'll do hello plus name. Sick. Okay. So in this case, it asks me a question when I run it. My name, okay, since I'm typing, I'll do Sammy. And then the output that it's getting is saving my name right here. It says, oh, let me use it. So it prints hello plus whatever my name is, right? We could change this, right? So we could do so like this, right? Yeah. And then it will say your name. Make sense? Same thing here, right? We could change it to be whatever we need the user to input. So let's just say instead of name, we want the age, right? I could ask the user, what's your age? I could do Control N, run it. And then it will say, I'll say 24. And then it'll be like, hello, 24. So it just takes whatever you give it and it saves it as a way for you to use it later. Make sense? I mean, as we talked about, input is what gets put in, and then output is the opposite. Output is what you see. So, yeah, pretty much just output is what you see. So if I were to ask you guys, like, what's 2 times 2? The input is 2 times 2. The output is, yep. So with that, what I'm gonna do is take you guys to the next one. And we'll kind of start trying to catch up to speed. So what we're going to talk about right now is something called control flow. And what it is it just guides the execution of your program based on certain conditions and loops, right? So think of control flow as a steering wheel, right? You guys haven't driven before, right? How's it going, Dr. Nance? You ain't driven before? But you've been in a go-kart, right? Exactly. So when you see a little corner, do you just keep going straight? Exactly. All right. And think of control flow as like your ability to turn and make those choices. Right. So the way that it works is you're still behind the wheel, but you're the one that's telling the wheel what to do. Right. So like you see a little bend, you're like, all right, let me start turning left a little bit. Right. So the way that we're going to do that is going to be through things like conditional statements and looping statements. A conditional statement is just like a if, else, if, or else. And what they do is they work based on making decisions that you've coded, right? So think of it like this. Okay, so imagine that you're trying to pick out a random shirt, right? You know your favorite color. So what's your favorite color? Imagine you have a big box in front of you, and then you want to get a blue shirt, right? Imagine that you go in, you pull out a random shirt, the shirt's red. What you gonna do? You put the shirt back in and you pick out a different shirt, right? So the way that you do that is using like if else statements essentially. So you look at what you have, make a decision based on that, and then continue going off that. So for example, you can have an if else statement. If the shirt is blue, stop. Otherwise, keep switching out the shirts until I got a blue shirt. Right? And you could technically like do this over and over. So let's just say if the shirt is blue, but the shirt isn't V-Lone or off-white, put it back until I keep getting one of those, right? So you could add more and more conditions to make it more and more complex, depending on what you needed to do. So an example is, let's just say, you play any sports games? You play Madden? And it's okay, I bet. So think of if else statements like this. In Madden, when you the quarterback and you take the snap, how do you know who you're gonna throw it to? Exactly, right? So like you know that if you click X, it's gonna go to like your running back, right? If you click triangle, it's probably gonna go to one of your wide receivers, right? The way that it does that is it has a bunch of if statements saying if this button is clicked, do this. If this button is clicked, do this. Otherwise, do this, right? So it kind of takes what you're giving it and then makes decisions based off of that. So if you click X, you already know who the computer is supposed to throw it to, right? So yeah, and then you could even take that a step further, right? So if you throw X, but X is covered, you have a chance of an interception, right? Or if you try throw triangle, and then all of a sudden your wide receiver just gets popped back, there's always a little chance where you either go fumble it, you're just not gonna get the catch, etc. And all of that's done using chain if else statements. So it has a bunch of different situations that it thinks of, and then it says, all right, let me adjust myself so that way I can fit this mold. Right? Some real world examples of it are like age verification. So let's just say you wanted to go to the store right now and go buy a bottle of liquor. Right? Could you? Because guess what? As soon as you get into the store, what happens? You could go ahead and pick out the bottle, but what they do with the ID, they check. Exactly. As soon as they scan it on their screen, it either tells you, yeah, you're 21, or no, you're not 21. As soon as they see that red little box, they know they can't give it to you. Right? So that's how it works in terms of age verification or even discounts, right? So let's just say you're trying to hit for some Travis Scott shoes, right? Some Nike. What you could do is you could go on the website. Let's just say, all right, if you're the first 3,000 people, you get the shoes. Otherwise, you don't get the shoes. If you have the shoes in your cart and then you use a certain discount code, you could get the shoes for like 10, 15% off, right? So no, most of the time it works by checking discount codes that are built in. So they say, all right, this is a couple of discount codes that I want to have. This is what should happen once the discount code is applied. And then the same thing as like choosing a path in a game. Yeah, I would say Madden's a good one, or even Fortnite. No, that was more free choice. But like, like a storyline game where you kind of got to make some choices. It does that by using if-else statements. It'll take you down different paths. Exactly. Any questions so far? Sick. So, I would say that you should think about these statements in a couple ways, right? If the condition is true or false, do you want to execute the code or not, right? So you could have it be like, if the shirt is blue, you could stop. Otherwise, you could also code it. Actually, wait, let me slow it down a little bit. So if the shirt is blue and I pick out a blue shirt, what happens? Nah, I thought you. But the shirt is blue. Exactly. Exactly, right? Which means that you stop. So that condition is true, right? Because you have a blue shirt, and if the shirt is blue, you're done. Like you put it on. You could also do if the shirt isn't blue, right? And if the shirt isn't blue, what are you gonna do? Exactly. So it all depends on how you want to code it, right? Some ways are a little bit easier than others. It all kind of depends on what you're trying to do, right? The other thing that you could do is use if-else statements. And we'll kind of talk a little bit more about these. Actually, here, let me go ahead and show you some examples. I think this will make it a little bit easier. So what we could do is actually no, this is nice. This is great. So let's just say we want to take in a certain input to ask a user their age, right? And then what we could do is we could code two conditions. The first condition is if you're above 18, you're an adult. Otherwise, you're not an adult, right? So let's go ahead and run this code. What's your age? So if we do 14, oh, my bad. Let me do this. You also have to take the actual integer that you're looking for. There you go. So 14, right? You're not an adult. And it checks it. So it says, okay, age is 14 greater than 18? No. Which means it's false, which means that it says, okay, this condition isn't true. I'm gonna go here. Right? Kanan, how old are you? So if I run this, right, and I put 15, what happens? It prints you're not an adult. But why? Exactly. So let's just say I'm 20. What's it gonna say? If I'm 20, what's it gonna? No. Close. For our case, right? Let's just think about what's here. So if our age is greater than 18, you're an adult. Exactly. All right. Stuff like that. But you notice how they kind of like work off of one another? So like you put in some information and then that information gets taken, saved, and then used at a later time. Yeah. We could do something similar for some of these labs. Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all what we're gonna do in a little bit. And then I'll kind of give you guys a little bit of time to work some of the lab through. So that way we could do it. Honestly, here, I got an idea. You said you're in the Discord, right? If not, actually wait. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just share this file with y'all. So do you know your Outlook emails and stuff? The way that you guys used to log onto your computers? No, but do you guys remember your emails?
I think like these emails,
Yeah.
it's key, like it's our first. Dot. Put services. You know.
That's you, right? Nah. And
Yes.
do you know if you were able to get their Gmails uploaded?
They Outlook
Yes, my bad.
should be hers is Gabriel.Williams11. And click services NFP.org. It's not K. Dot, his last name.
Let me see. K. Dot. K. Dot Jenkins.
And click services NFP.org.
It still says can't find some recipients.
It's St. Gabriel too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Hers is Gabriel. Gabriel.Williams11.
That's how you spell it. C.L.I.C.K. SERVICES NFP dot org.
Yeah, there you go.
That's definitely hers. I don't know why you can't let you share. Why won't you share it in the Outlook? That's what it is.
Which is weird because anytime I try doing it through Outlook, it automatically blocks.
Yeah, because it's only shared between us.
Oh, well,
SharePoint, the SharePoint's on share with the employees, it's not share with the students as well.
Yeah, that would make sense.
ooh, but this should just be for the labs.
I have to go and change.
If not, what I could do is I could copy. Because anytime I've sent stuff through Outlook, especially more specifically just like Python code, nobody can open it. It automatically gets blocked via Outlook.
Can you upload whatever labs you have to retransfer and then send that link to them?
Do we have a retransfer?
Retransfer is free, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, it should.
That's what I use. I have to send like wave files and stuff like that. Not Adobe. Yeah. So you can take whatever lab send them, and you can upload it, give them the link, and you send that link to them.
No, say that. Can you go?
You gotta make an account. You don't want to. You don't-
I don't got to.
Yeah, sure, it's up. Yeah, it's right there. See? Right there. So, yeah.
Oh, say that.
So I got really good at that point. That's the fastest way to do it. It's just use
It's crazy because I ain't never had it.
It ain't uploaded so it's gonna upload it, and then you can send it to them, where you're trying to email this. So you want to email to them, right?
Yeah. All right, let's. Huh?
What is that?
Oh, it's not reading it. It is. It says that I need a verified code.
Check your email.
I've been refreshing it, nothing. That's not what I'm gonna do is. We're still gonna send the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, still none. There we go. I think I just put something in wrong. I got you. Just because I know that Gabrielle is not, so just in case. All right, go ahead and check out emails now. Yeah. So I think that might have worked. If not, and then if not, I forwarded it to you as well. Just in case. If not, then we'll just do it where you guys are gonna read off my screen and then we'll kind of work from there. I'm sure I'm hearing it from your computer. I'm sure I've been hearing Outlook come from your computer. Yeah. I was Outlook here. No. Outlook. Aramis, okay. And I put a lot into there. I was now so we figured out what the issue. You're only making them. Oh, I got yeah. So I can give you a USB station. Yeah, that's. This is hilarious. Just like click on that, just one time, do control C. And now go to desktop.
Sit back.
Yeah. I don't think that's a spot. VS Code, open up VS Code and then clean up that. Yeah. You can just search it up.
That's the administrator.
Open up VS Code. There we go. I think it's hilarious that it's same thing.
It is. Not saying this. MRS saying data.
I was like, yo, same thing, going on same thing. It was good. She like what I did. Wait, I didn't get to show you because I was in here. Dude, so they go shoot for so I went to go visit her right before. So I was like, hi, you know, sick. I walk into her to go visit her before. She had like all pepper and shit. And then like she made me candles, did the whole I love you sign, and then also made like a little big basket. Dude, I've never seen a friend do that. I've never seen a girl do that for the dude. I was like, damn. And then she also made little cake. Which is funny because also I ended up getting or making her cake. So it was sick, and then we came here. We went to K1 out of flats, and then went to over that child. It was just so bad. Is it better?
I think I have to get people and mention something. Basically, Sammy has like a whole. It's a city. They got like 2 tracks. One's very tight, and one's a little bit. They got like more arcade.
Yeah, it's sick. Yeah, because I went to K1. I just was looking for basketball parts.
Yeah.
K1, they're decent, but they got some cool.
I didn't really chill to mental, so that's how my brother got me to go there. His dad was
Maybe some shit.
they'll give you any fucking.
It had some cool.
It's like you start off slow and then it really kicks in like right here. So all you're doing like you back like this.
No, that's so good. That's actually.
It's like all electric.
Oh, yeah, systems.
Makes sense.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, they use like those for like racing masses. Sure.
Yeah, no, but I had the shiesty over here. I was like, yo, hold on. I thought it was jokes though, because I was so not expecting it.
They took a crazy. Yeah, a whole bunch of. I think it's recently just out there.
Oh yeah, 100%. How much was your about the time that? Oh, oops. So, okay. So you're all ready? So it's like, oh. How'd you work on the big bouquet? How'd you work on the big bouquet?
But
I don't know.
but we need to realize, well, she realized how big it was. Yeah, more than it's like after the first day, almost like that.
Oh yeah, no, honestly, it is low key for the left. It's always for the one time. Also, I don't know what the heck is wrong with shows. It never has a play button. There's always one computer that doesn't have a play button.
You ever have a play button?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I know the problem.
That's
Because I think whereas we got to install and use the system it's called. That's gonna do it. Yeah, that's long way. So the whole system will have, the whole website will have, not just.
yeah, that's what happened with the actual when it's with caps up there.
You have to install it. That has to install the administrator, so it gets all.
That's why I was yeah, that's why it never saved his video.
Yeah, I fixed that.
Well, I mean, it works kind of. It's a little goofy looking, but it works for now.
We can use the system install.
I'm for sure.
She got the playbook.
Yeah, which is the main thing that I was like, it's just odd that it was acting a little goofy.
Okay. All right.
All right, sick. All right, so now let's get back to where we were at. So what I want y'all to go ahead and try is I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a couple minutes. Try to use the input to get like a letter, and then use the if, else, and else statements that we just talked about to try to figure out what letter to give them. For example, if I give you guys a 96, what grade is that? It's an A, right? What if I gave you a 82? It's a B, right? So this is greater than or equal to. So above a 90 or greater than, if it's a 90 or above, it's an A. If it's an 80 or above, it's a B. If it's a 70 or above, it's a C. If it's a 60 or above, it's a D. And if it's below a 60, then it should be an A. So go ahead and try to use what we just talked about. I would leave this example on screen. We'll come back in like 7:05, and then I'll check in and see how you guys are doing. What happened? What you mean? Oh, to run the code or to do what?
So run the code, you'll have to do control alt and oh no. So I would say go here. That's where you're gonna start going. So always go underneath that. So run it, you're gonna do control alt and enter. Now, which right now not to go run, but for example, if you do like you can decide to make sure you're still first. Then do parentheses. Shift and then back. And then shift and then the quotes. I don't know. We don't need to actually go back to do controls now. You'll see that. So go inside here and then do this. And then do shift and then position. Next one. This. Well, I just do one thing with the other. So then do like hello. And then do control alt N and then you just button. Okay. So now. I just said X. You're creating this object. So what we will try to do is this is the question. I would say use like examples of like line 20 and then 24 and 26. So like try to kind of get the idea. You could also do a bunch of edge statements. So you could do instead of if age is greater than 18, you could do age is greater than 18 because age is greater than 19 because and age is greater than 20 because you can do all of those all together. So like each of them, so like if age is greater than 18, right? And then on the new line, you do age is greater than 19, do this. If age is greater than 21 on the new line, just try to follow the syntax and then, yeah. I would normally say start off on line 20 though. So think about what's happening on line 20. Right, like there's a variable there. What's your variable? And then if you want to create like a grading system, right? Like imagine you're a teacher and you just want to grade a bunch of students' things. But you're not. Imagine if you're a teacher that's not good at math. Right? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a couple minutes and then after we'll go ahead and discussion. You understand? Undo? Yeah. Control Z. And then you could kind of keep going. Control Z. As many times as you want. I'll give you guys a couple minutes. I don't want to eat too much.
7:06. How you guys doing? You guys got any progress? You guys stuck on anything? How are you guys doing? Like, you guys need help? Any questions?
I need help with the second, yeah. I was thinking,
You're just kind of confused on how to get started? Like, do you know what you're supposed to do?
I'm not supposed to do something. This happened. Drink too much, get cancer or something like that. Like, order.
Yeah,
That's what I did. That's all I was doing.
but now just apply that to the grading system. So if I were to tell you that you got an 85 on an exam, what letter grade is that? It's a B, right? If I were to tell you got like a 73.
So I got number on the grade.
Kind of. You want the user to be able to choose any number that they want, right? And then for you to give them a letter back. So think about how you could ask the user what grade or what percentage they got. Kind of similar to how we asked, what's your age, right? Instead of age, what we could do is, what is your, yeah, right? So what's the grade percentage? What's the percentage, etc. And then instead of 18 here, what's an A? It's above a 90, right? You could do is greater than or equal to, and then 90. And then you would, instead of printing you're an adult, you would just print the letter A. And then you could just copy this and then do that for B, C, and D. And then the else is just the F. Make sense? A little bit? Kenan? Make sense?
We got not just put a number, we got to put a letter on.
Well, kind of. Think about it like this. Instead of age, what are we trying to find? For this example, for the grading one. Exactly. But what is that just called? It's not age, it's called what? You could call it anything, but what do you get in school? What do you get in school? Exactly. You could call it like grades. So what I would do is I would do something like this. Grade is equal to what? We know that we need something over here. We have to find a way for us to get the user input somehow, right? So the user input in this case is going to be the ints of the input of what's your grade. And then all you'd have to do is just do like, if the grade that they put in is greater than or equal to 90, you're going to want to print A, right? Otherwise, they're going to want to print a B if it's greater than 80, etc. So this is all that you'll need. So go ahead and try replicating this. And then just change out the 90 and then the 8, if that makes sense. So I gave you the most important lines, and then from there just copy, paste, and yeah. Long day? Long day? Okay, that makes sense. Oh, is it your like tooth? Does it feel like it's inside your mouth, or does it just like, it feels like you just got popped? I would say take it easy. And then if it still hurts like tomorrow, 2 days, definitely see. You might have to go to the doctor about that one. But yeah, okay. Kenny, you got this written down?
With the bread,
Yeah.
I got the bread, I got the top. Walking to
Just do everything that's from line 15 down. And then try to do after. So, like, this is the part that I'm giving you. After this, just like copy and paste these 2 lines and then just change it to fit the rest of this. So, change it so that way it's you could get like B if it's greater than or equal to an 80, etc. Let me know when you go ahead and got that done. How you doing? All right. How you doing? You done? You done? All right. What you got? Yeah. Yeah. Did you finish the rest?
What's up? You said, oh.
Yeah. So like I would do Control C. Like I would do. This is like the final version.
So I do Control C.
Yeah. So like I would do right Control C. And then do Control V. And then you're gonna get something like this. And then instead of changing the 9, you change it to an 8, and then from the A you change it to a B. Right? Make sense?
Yeah, I got it. I switched it, but I don't know if the control C might work.
Con- Yeah, so are you just control seeing like no, first you gotta highlight it. When you highlight it and then do control C, that copies that piece of text. So you notice how mine is like blue? Yours should be like a orangey blue. I don't know what color it might be.
I think I can do it.
Oh, if you deleted it, do control Z, and that's an undo. All right, what we could go ahead and do is let me know when you go ahead and done, and then we could move on to figuring out the next problem, which is we'll go back to it. You got everything? All right, sick. So we're gonna kind of continue off and finish off. So we talked about the like steering wheel of a car, right? The if statements kind of act like they help make the choices and that help make the decisions, right? So what we're gonna talk about is kind of like how to give the car gas. Because a little bit, think about it like you got your hands on the wheels, but you ain't giving it no momentum, right? You need your reps in order for you to kind of keep going. And that's kind of what loops are. Um, there's two different types of loops. There's for loops, um, and these just repeat a block of code a certain number of times, right? So, for example, I could count up to 4, or I could count down from 4. I could count up to 10. I could count up to 100, right? Make sense? other thing that I could do is use range. Range just generates a sequence of numbers. Length is if in case like you're doing something over a list or a word and you want to take the length of it, then yeah. But for example, if you wanted to do something for the length of the word hello, the word hello is HELLO, 5. I could do for the range of the length of hello, and then the length of hello is what? It's 5. And then the range is up to 5. So you'd repeat this for loop 5 times, right? An example of that is this. What I could do right here is for I in range 10, print I, right? What do you think we're gonna see? If I were to try to do like for I in range of 10 and I want to print just I, what do you think? How many times is this code gonna run? Just knowing the information that we just talked about. I would say it's useful. This is probably like one of the more important lessons for sure. I would like copy all of this. All right, you got it down?
Wait, is this for the third loop?
Yeah. So we're still just talking about the for loops.
Okay.
Yep. So go ahead and run the code. How many times do you see the code being executed? So do Control Alt N. Go ahead and run it. Control Alt N. What do you see?
It's my That's 6,000. Oh. That's why. Okay. I'll come down. Take that's perfect. Got down quick. Hold it down until you get to some tracks. But okay, so in the meantime, while you're holding that down, so you can look at this code. So you see how it says for hashtag for? The hashtag comments that is code. So for some, right? So like for example, we just focusing on like 29, 30, 31. So you notice how it's grayed out? And then it says like for I in range 10. think of it like this, right? The only part that you really need to focus on is like line 30 and line 3. So for I in range 10 is like for I is the condition. The condition is like, you know how in print statement say if age is greater than this, that age in this case would be I, right? So I is kind of is gonna act as your tracker, your count. So what happens is for I range 10, print I. Python starts counting at number 0. So the first time through, what is I? Exactly. So 0 in range 10. Okay, that makes sense. What is, if we're just gonna print I, what's I? Exactly. So that is done with that. And now it repeats, but now it adds 1. Because you moved up from 0 and you're doing this time. Exactly. And then you're gonna print 1. Exactly. And what number do you think you stop at? What's 10 minus 1? Because it's not at 0. So if you want, so if you wanted to print this 15 times, what number is it going to stop at? Those, what? It's always going to be whatever range is minus 1. Yeah, so how long would you hold it that? How do you get all the way down there? I did. Hey, but at least we got the 1,000. I'm not like, once you start saying like, because yeah, once you get down past 100, then you can start slowing down. But you can keep going. Right? There we go. So okay, so highlight lines 26 through I. Actually, just copy all of this out. Do control and then slash. That comments it out. And then I'm comments it out. So I use it. So if you see the hashtag, you're not using it. If you do, so if you don't see the hashtag, you use it. So I'm looking at this function. That's another reason. Alright, so right here, go ahead and don't even worry about the hashtag for loop. Go for I range 10. And make sure that you have the parentheses, the sign, and then type in the next one. So now you got that. Once you hit enter, okay. This guy's gonna be the capital. You just need everything. Honestly, whenever you're always typing, just type in lowercase. Always. As soon as you hit enter, you notice how it automatically kind of like indents it and like now you're going inside. Exactly. Now in there, you go to print. Parentheses. I. That's right. Yep. So now, okay, we're gonna go. And it runs out of time. Go ahead and change that number to whatever you want. So instead of 10, go ahead and change it to whatever you want. 19, right? The change it goes to 18. I wouldn't do all that. Do control Z. That's why. Oh, shit. No, control Z. I got you. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just because as soon as you start adding a bunch of space, it starts kind of bugging out. But go ahead and play with that for a little while I go ahead and get here. So those are for loops. They run a set amount of times, right? So no matter what, you already know that you're gonna have something running. And the way that you do it is like for some condition, for some I, you could do it a set amount of times. Now, what you're gonna do, or now the other way that we can do it is something called the while loop. So while loops work a little bit differently because technically they don't end until a condition is met. So some good example of while loops are games, right? Think about it like this. When you play a game, does it end instantly? The game, it's like, it says while the game is still active for any of these conditions, just keep playing, right? And the way that they do that is something called a while loop. While loop, to do the exact same thing that we just did here, right? We would just need to change this up a little bit. So we go I is equal to 0. And then we're like, while I is less than 10, print I, and then move it up +1. So unlike a for loop that automatically, as soon as it's done, it moves, a while loop will just keep iterating over the same piece of code over and over and over. So if we didn't have this line that moves I +1, what do you think happens? Do you hear me? Okay, so unlike I up here, that's, you know how I told you, as soon as it starts off at 0 and then it goes until whatever number it stops at. So in our case, it goes until from 0 to 9. This case, we're starting off at 0, but we're moving it up 1 manually. So 19 plus 1. It's still going to work the same way as a for loop in our specific case. But okay, so imagine if we didn't have this line here. Let's walk through it. I is equal to 0. While I is less than 10, print I. What's I? Okay, it's done. While I is less than 10, print I. What is it? 0. And then it's going to keep going. Nah, it's always going to be 0 until you move it. So now we have print I 0. Okay, sick. I plus equals 1, which just means I'm adding 1 to myself. So I'm 0 plus 1 is equal to what? Exactly. Which means I is now what? So is I still less than 10? So then we're gonna print I, and I is? No. Yeah. I thought you.
No, I got you. I just like walking through it just so that way you kind of like get the idea of what's happening with the inside the computer. So then it goes, I'm gonna print 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to? 1 plus 1 is equal to? Is 2 less than 10? Is 2 less than 10? So then we print 2. 2 plus 1 is equal to? 3 is less than 10. You're gonna print 3, 3 plus 1. And then you do this until you get to 10. Because is test 10 less than 10? Exactly. But this condition just says less than. So this condition already fails. It breaks you out of the loop and it stops. Make a little bit of sense? So if I run this here, it only runs 10 times. But now what if I make a small tweak and I say less than or equal to? Shit. It runs up to 10 times. You feel me? We good? So now I want you to try to go through problem 2. Think about it for a little bit and then we'll come back to it. And then after that, we'll kind of discuss. So like go ahead and take a minute to read it. I want to give you guys like a couple of seconds to think about what should happen.
It's a lost.
Yeah. So read line 17. It's like for this problem, try to create a number game using a while loop, right? So the computer chooses some number, and then the user has to try to guess that number until they win. Try it first between numbers with 1 to 10, and then yeah, think about it like this, right? All right, me and you are playing. Kind of. Okay, here, let's do a live demo. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. Go ahead and try and guess that number. Nah. It's 4. Right? Now, to make it a game, you only have 5 chances to try to guess it. All right. I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. No. 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 The number was 2. What you see? So we could kind of do this in this game, in Python, so we could play it a certain way, right? So let's do like this, right? We'll do number is equal to a random integer between 1 and 10. All right? Oh, no. I'm giving you this piece of code. Yeah. Type it exactly how you see it on my screen. I would say underneath problem 2, but you could in theory type it anywhere. All right, sick. So now we have a random number that the computer is guessing. And we could verify this, right? We could do print number. And if we print that number, it's going to give us a random number every time. So we got 6, we got 2, we got 8, we got 10, etc. Now, I'm gonna give you like 4 minutes. Use a while loop to try to get some of the to try to see how, just like this. So set your condition. So like what's I in this case? I would be guesses, right? So set your guesses equal to like either 0 or 5, and then either add up 1 or subtract 1, depending on how you want to play the game. So for all intents and purposes, I would copy this piece of code after you type in that line of like numbers equal to whatever. So go ahead, let me know when you're done writing this down. You got it? All right. So now, how would you tweak it so that way? I would say think about something that we've done here. So for the user to take a guess at the number. So I would look at line 19 and think about where I would want to add something like this. So go ahead, think about it, and then yeah. So let me know when you think you know where you want to place it. Think about line 19. How can we change this so that way the user tries to guess a number? So instead of name, what should it be? Starts with a G.
Okay.
Yeah, is equal to the int. Yeah, kind of. No, so we have our number right here, and our number is our random number, right? So this number is random. We don't want to mess with it. What we do want to mess with is this line right here. So go ahead and look at line 20, and then you got any ideas? So instead of age, it's going to be guess, right? And instead of what is your age, what should it be? Yeah, or guess a number or something like that, right? So what we could do is we could do guesses is equal to 0. Well, the number isn't guess or is less than 6. We'll do this. All right, so this is what we get. All right. What we're going to be doing is we got to make sure that we have a way to guess the number. Right. And then we have two conditions. We have if the number is right as the guess, or if the number is not the same as the guess. How do we win the game? Which is the same as? Nah. It should be the same as what? So, how do you win the game normally? If I'm thinking of a number, and let's just say the number is 4. Exactly, right? That's how this game ends here. This guess that you make, you could even do your underscore guess. If your guess is equal to number. So go ahead, write this down, and then after that, y'all could go ahead and start cleaning up because it's already 48. Just copy this down underneath problem 2. We'll go ahead and talk about it next week. Awesome.
That was it.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. I'll see you, Elijah. Take care.
All right then, Sammy. See you soon.
Yeah. We'll do more next week.
All right.
All right. Take care.